I haven't filmed anything today, so here we are. We're in the porterhouse. Yeah, it was early morning, went for a run. Then I did a bit of filming of something cool, which is going to be out later, maybe in this vlog. And then did a lot of video editing and sold a camera. I sold my G2 Lumix G2, and I'm happy that I managed to sell it. But I'm kind of like, I already missed it a little bit because, well, I'll only miss it until I get a better DSLR type of camera. So it's a little bit into the kitty towards that. So yeah, now I've got to go and set up my gear. I'm a little bit late, so talk to you in a bit. How you doing, guys? I got something pretty cool to show you. Something I've had for a few years now. This is Meinel Herold guitar, Parlour guitar, and as far as I know, it is from roughly about 1922. So in about 6 years' time, this guitar will be 100 years old, and it's a bit battered. It has had better days. There's a couple of issues. There's a couple of cracks, which you would expect that from a guitar at this age. To get a guitar at this age with no cracks would be nearly impossible. There's one crack here at the top, and there's one other one here. But the fact that there's only those two cracks at the top alone is pretty amazing. The problem is that this one here, you can, if you put your finger into it, you can feel it. There's a small wooden block. Somebody put a small block to try to fix it, which is not the proper way of doing it. And it kind of devalues the guitar a little bit. I've been meaning to get this restored with good intentions. There's a couple more cracks at the back here, which I've left the cracks exactly the way they are because they're not really affecting the sound, and whoever's going to eventually restore this guitar is going to be doing a much better job at fixing it if I don't mess around with it. Nice neck. There's a little bit of a warp on the neck which you would expect at this age of guitar. They didn't put a thrush or something. Originally these would have had a gut strings. Now it has nylon strings, because good quality nylon strings, even though this is a bit battered. And there's a little problem with the bridge. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of split into half, and one half of it has collapsed, but it still strings up in place. And that's actually probably one of the easier things to fix. You just need to make a new one. It does not look to me like it's a bone nut, so this probably is not the original nut in the first place, which again, I'm not even sure if back into those days would it have been a bone or would it actually been just wood or something else. But apart from that, the reason why I want to show you this is because I think unfortunately I'm going to have to part ways with it, because this guitar is a pretty amazing guitar and it deserves to be restored. And if it's not restored, it's just sitting there and deteriorating basically. And I don't have the finances to restore it at the moment. I don't have and even if I would, I probably wouldn't have a use for it, because most of my guitars are working tools. I use them, I play them, I don't, once in a while I get the desire to collect something like this one. But I believe the instruments should be, first of all, they should be played. Second of all, if they are just for collecting, they should be given to somebody who really is a collector and really appreciates them in that sense, because I probably won't be appreciating this as much. I won't be putting it in a glass case and or hanging it in some room or something like that. But what I wanted to show you is that the cool thing about this guitar is that it still plays amazingly well, even with all the problems that it has. Now, due to the fact that they are fragile, you usually tune them a bit lower than you would normal guitar. And I've heard somebody talk about this, and apparently they were originally tuned much lower than the standard tuning is. So I have it in DADGAT tuned way down, but it has a nice little bottom end piano. So I'm going to play a little bit just to show you that there's still some life in this baby. Somebody else should enjoy it. There's a lot of resonation there, body. I can still feel the body move. There you go. I just wanted to show you guys that.
When you run a bar, you know that like any brand sauce is free.
Okay, let's see what it goes down. 2 weeks. Something else is going to tell you. Due to the European Football Cup, we've got a couple of cancellations this month, which means next weekend I won't have any gigs, and then towards the end of there's another weekend I don't have any gigs either. So I'm playing this Wednesday with Liberty Hell after the session on Wednesday night, and then the following time I'm playing is the following Tuesday in the session again. So, but maybe the break is good for me. I just wish I was in a little bit better financial situation to go and enjoy a holiday or something, but we'll figure out something anyway.